Hi, I'm Harry Powell from TigerGraph, and I'm going to tell you about how TigerGraph delivers fast and reliable regulatory reporting for banks. A bank's license to operate depends upon complying with rules set by regulators. Following the financial crisis of 2008, these rules have become ever more demanding and penalties for non-compliance increasingly punitive. The recent collapse of Silicon Valley Bank is only going to accelerate this trend. One of the key regulations is BCBS 239, which requires large banks to be able to report balance sheet exposures in near real time, not just for standard investments and instruments, but for any cut of the data. Banks are generally able to deliver standard reports, but responding to ad hoc requests is another matter. Banking data is often spread across hundreds of separate systems, built up over years of product innovation, IT projects, and corporate acquisitions. It's complex, inconsistent, and incompatible. It encompasses thousands of legal and capital structures. Territories, tax, risk, and regulatory regimes proliferate. Connecting the data together is a slow, stressful, and time-consuming process. And these reports are not limited to direct exposures, for example, loans to companies in Vietnam, but also indirect exposures, say loans to non-Vietnamese companies who themselves have invested in Vietnam. Even when data is joined up, conventional databases struggle to trace between investments to show the true exposure. On top of that, the stakes are high. You're reporting these numbers to your regulator. You've got to know they're right. Non-compliance exposes banks to the risk of huge fines and reputational harm, forcing regulators to limit banks' freedom to trade and doubling the capital reserves they're required to carry, costing the banks millions of dollars. Even just trying to comply is enormously expensive. Some banks we talk to are spending more than $20 million a year on BCBS compliance alone. TigerGraph is a graph database designed from the ground up to make sense of data like this. It stores data as a network, which has a number of advantages. TigerGraph can join data together easily. It doesn't need datasets to share uniform definitions and schema. It doesn't even necessarily need common identifiers because it can match records directly using an approach called graph entity resolution. Once the data is joined, TigerGraph is able to calculate second, third, or higher degree exposures by exploring deep into the network to identify investments of investments and things like that. And TigerGraph can keep track of how all this information is calculated, notifying you if any of the steps in the process is broken and what datasets are affected. So it can not only deliver fast ad hoc reports, but you can prove that they're correct. Now, all this is hard. To connect, you need to run graph matching algorithms over large banking datasets. TigerGraph is unique in its ability to do this. It's able to handle real banking datasets 30 times bigger than its nearest competitor, and it's up to 1,000 times faster, allowing it to explore deeper into the data. A Tier 1 bank in the US is using TigerGraph right now to calculate risk exposures in hours instead of days. This improved turnaround is building confidence in the bank and with the regulator, confidence that risk exposures are being well managed. TigerGraph can help your business comply with BCBS 239 as well. You can get a free 50 gigabyte TigerGraph Cloud instance at tigergraph.com/cloud, or you can email me at sales@tigergraph.com if you'd like to find out more. Thank you for your time.